Hi, everyone. My name is Jeff Cohen. I'm the CEO and founder of MindMe. Today, we're going to talk about dominating your competition with mobile marketing. Thanks so much for coming to our webinar today. I am joined by two of my colleagues, Joe and Pat. Hey, guys, say hello to everyone.
Thanks, Jeff. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the call, Jeff. Really appreciate it. Excited to see all the things that we're going to share with everybody.
Fantastic. Let's get started. In the next 30 minutes, we're going to learn how mobile marketing has grown up in the past decade, how mobile marketing will enhance and expand really marketing for all businesses of all types and sizes, and really why it needs to be part of your marketing plan in 2017. And at the end, we'll have $400 in special bonuses. Your audience is mobile today, but how can you reach them? Well, there's lots of different areas that comprise mobile marketing, from SMS to mobile responsive landing pages, to instant notifications, to drip campaigns, and the rest. Today, we're going to talk about these top four. With SMS communication, there are three key factors that set it apart from other methods of communication in helping you reach that mobile audience. The first is timing, getting that message read right away. The second is deliverability. You don't want your message to bounce, as is the case oftentimes with email, for example. And you ultimately want them to take some engagement. You want that customer to take some action for that. So that's more of a responsive type communication available with text messaging. Ultimately, a text message is somewhat limited in what you can create as far as content. And a lot of times you want to actually have more content and more information. Our exclusive mobile marketing landing pages, these responsive pages, they're ideal for mobile, but they work on desktop too, can allow you to put specific content on that actual page. The visitor doesn't get distracted. They get actually the content that you want to deliver right away, whether it be video or images. You're going to see an example of this during our demo today. And literally you can have buttons and calls to action in this, lead forms, feedback, all of that. And our pages are optimized for Google, so they can actually be found and tracked on Google as well. Number three is instant lead notification. Everyone has a website. Everyone receives leads from that website, but where do those leads get delivered? They usually get delivered by an email. Well, we know people don't read email, even ourselves, when we're getting our own leads. So one of the great things about texting is you can get your own leads delivered from these mobile pages, from keywords, which you're going to learn about in a few minutes, and literally you can be notified instantly. There was a study that was done a few years ago, and it actually looked at millions of leads, and they came up with an idea that they said, well, what's the biggest reason a lead converts to a customer? Let's measure that. And what they found is that if you engage a customer in the first minute, just 1 minute, 60 seconds, right? If you engage them right away, you have a 23 times greater chance of converting that lead. So when you get a lead from your website and you're sitting on that, or you don't even notice it maybe for a day, or at least for hours, there's a great chance that lead's not going to convert to a customer. With MindMe, you can be notified instantly. We've all heard in marketing the idea of that people have to see something multiple times to take action. Well, drip marketing or autoresponders is something that our system will do, and through text messaging, and it will allow you to actually send communication out multiple times with different delays over a period of time. And once that person sees, your audience sees that message multiple times, there's a much more greater likelihood of them actually taking action. Mobile marketing is perfect for any industry, whether it's a retail store, a property manager, a school or university, health and fitness. It really doesn't matter. It's great for every industry. You could be an internet marketer. It's really the best way to communicate and engage an audience. So let's take an example today. During our demo, we're going to actually look at health and fitness. So we created a sample health and fitness school, a martial arts and fitness it's called. It has 500 members. They have weekly events. They often have regular schedule changes, and they really have multiple programs that they want to offer and communicate. So let's look at 4 areas, and this is just 4. There's many more, but 4 areas that this demo, this school that we came up with can actually connect. And how can they use it? So the first is schedule changes. Oftentimes parents need to be notified of last minute schedule changes. It could be due to bad weather or staffing, just general schedule changes. And if an email goes out, oftentimes they're not going to see it. for a period of time. Whereas a text message, they're going to get right away, and a much greater likelihood of that parent not showing up at the wrong time. The other is dealing with internal marketing. With these 500 students, martial arts and fitness needs a way to actually sell events and different products and upsells that they have. So they might have a Power Ranger night, for example, or a tournament, or go to a local community and want to engage them. This is a great way to actually capture leads directly and very quickly through using a keyword, which you'll learn about. The other is you can actually add this technology to your existing marketing and make it better. People spend so much money on marketing, whether it be direct mail, flyers and guest passes, street and window signage. Sometimes when you're speaking at an event, there's so much money that goes into all of this. You want to optimize every single lead, every single person in front of you that's an opportunity to capture as a lead. You need to make that happen. And texting helps create that and drive that. The other is, a lot of times, if you're a brick and mortar type operation, you want to communicate with local stores, leverage the traffic flow, the visitors, the people coming in, the customers for that local restaurant, right? For that the retail clothing outlet, the coffee shop, whatever it is, right? Maybe another kids, in our example, maybe it's a dance studio, right? Where those brothers of the gals dancing, of those kids dancing, they might be great opportunities. And even some of the ladies too, of course, the girls and boys, they can be great students for our martial arts school. We want to capture them, right? So we could have a lead box. We could have a little standee with a little flyer in there, some type of compelling offer, and we can actually get that immediately. We can capture the time of interest so they don't lose interest later, and we can follow up immediately. There's no effort to maintain this. Back in the day, people used lead boxes. They got stolen, they got mangled, the leads got taken, right? And you had to go around and spend a lot of effort finding these leads. This is a great way to leverage traffic that goes into a local store and capture for your business if you're a brick and mortar type operation. Why add mobile marketing? What's different about it versus other forms of marketing? Well, today, as we all know, there's so many different things you have to think about when you're marketing a business, from websites, email, social media, print and direct mail, pay-per-click advertising, mobile apps. There's just so much. And so it's so complex. And we advocate really at MindMe that you really need to be doing all these things, but you need to have mobile as part of the mix, right? There's some key marketing challenges that people deal with today. And some of those marketing challenges that we've categorized, kind of broken into two areas. So there's creating a mobile-friendly targeted message, right? A message that gets delivered to the right audience in the right format, and which is on their phone more often than not. And the message delivery, not only do you need to get something delivered, but it needs to be open, and you want them to take some action, right? A call to action, something to actually to drive that customer interaction, whether it's a sale, whether it's a lead capture, whether they're coming to an event, a registration, whatever it is. So if you look at this, too many times with an email, it goes into spam folders, and these emails are unread. And if you look at open rates, typically on average, according to MailChimp, one of the leading email marketing providers, they've said that through all of the emails that they analyze, millions and millions of emails, only 23% ever get open. And the click rates are a pittance of that amount. So imagine you're sending out thousands of emails, literally just a few dozen actually get clicked on. It's a lot of work for a little return. Facebook open rates, we're all doing social media today, and that's great, but a lot of times that has to be boosted to be seen. And even if it does get seen, the open rates are still low. Twitter, arguably higher than Facebook, but still, a third at best of your audience. And the engagement is really, really low. I mean, look at the engagement rates, under 1%, for well under 1%, well under 1/10 of 1%. So you're doing a lot of work for a little bit of engagement. Let's look at those open rates. As we just said, if it doesn't get opened, your communication, you're really lost right out of the gate. With direct mail, Facebook, email, Twitter, it goes all the way up. If you look, SMS is by far the highest. We have 95% of people, and really it's almost 100%. As long as that mobile number's correct, it doesn't bounce, it'll get delivered. And at some point, almost 100% of people, if not 100%, will see that message. The stats are about 95% in about 15 minutes. So if you've got an event, if you've got anything time sensitive, schedule changes, urgency, an emergency, for your business that you need to get a note out right away to everyone, texting is the way to go. So without further ado, we're going to get into a MindMe demo. We're going to show you what MindMe is all about. So as you can see, we're on MindMe here. This is our main dashboard that you first land on when you come into the system. There's key areas like sending a campaign, creating contacts and lists, and capturing leads, mobile pages, and tools and resources. When we set out to design MindMe, we focused on ease of use. It's great if you have all these features, but if it's not easy to use, people won't use it, right? A great system needs to be simple and needs to be not just compelling, but easy to use for people. And our customers have told us over and over that we hit the mark on that. So we're going to get into just a few key features today. We don't have time to get into everything, but we're going to show you some key areas of the system that are really great and that people really enjoy. So in tools and resources, I'm going to hit integrations. One of the key areas that we focused on was integrating to some third-party tools. Currently, those integrations include email, and we have 6 products, and with a lot more that we're going to be adding over time here, but we have 6 that we started with. They're really the 6 of the largest email marketing platforms out there. Arguably Constant Contact, MailChimp, and Aweber are probably the top 3. So our system connects. So when you capture a lead through an email in our system, you get an email address, even though we're a text platform primarily at the moment. When you get email, we can push that right into a list. So you're growing your email list too. That's great for a brick and mortar type of business. We have restaurants that use this, that have little standees. We showed that little standee for a lead box in the presentation. People have that right above a salt and pepper shaker, a little table tent on a table. And instead of someone having to opt into a website somehow, which they don't do at a restaurant, for example, they just text a keyword. We're going to show you that in a second. They go to a mobile page, they put in their email address, and boom, they go right into this. Some of our clients don't even use this for texting. They use it just to grow an email list. It's a great way to do it. So once you connect up to one of these email platforms, very easy, you just simply log into it. Once it's connected, you can connect up to more than one of a different email provider or even the same one, which is great if you have multiple locations and multiple brands that you're working with. You can use one MindMe account. Unlike email tools, I'll just say this, unlike email tools like Constant Contact and MailChimp and Aweber, for example, one account typically is one business or one brand, right? Your from email address has to be the same, all of that. Well, that's tough if you've got multiple businesses that you want to run. In our system, you can use one MindMe account to do everything. It's so cost effective. So we're going to go into MindMe mobile pages. We're going to go in and create a new mobile page. Now we have a few in here we're going to show you in a second, but we're going to create a new one and show you how easy it is to do this in seconds. When you first come into the page, you get to choose one of 4 different themes, basically, or you can just go custom and add your own elements. We're going to do lead capture. You can always change this as you go. So you're not married to this. It's not really a template. It just adds a few key elements by default that start out. At the top is our page. So we're going to just say demo here. And basically, you can choose different elements on the page. So on the right, this is actually the page I'm building. And on the left are the actual elements. And you just open or close them to edit them and change them. So over here, we have this as a title. We could say, MindMe is a great, I could spell, a great system for mobile marketing. Okay? And you can see it's all in real time. It's all right here. It's just great. It's so easy to use. If I want to delete this or move this, I can literally delete it. If I want to flip-flop these elements, I literally drag one up and you can see it happening real time on the right side here. All right? If I want to add elements, it's just simple to add. So we're going to click add here and we're going to add a few elements to our page. We might want to click to call, so if someone touches it on their phone, it's going to call our martial arts school, right? So great, we're going to add one of those. We might want a map so people can actually see where we're going. So we're going to actually put in here Philadelphia. That would be your address. You'd hit submit. And if we want to, we can have it as a button or we could show a map. Boom, just like that. If you want to, you can add a coupon, right? Or other buttons. You can have titles, paragraphs, really anything you want. You can have a YouTube video. You literally can come in here, you paste the YouTube video in, and the video is live right there in an instant. So if I create that video, you can have this right here. And if we go to YouTube, which we'll do right now, all right, we're going to go to YouTube, and we're just going to search for martial arts. Now, obviously, you'll have your own YouTube videos. They'll be here. And let's say we wanted to have, promotion on the top 10 self-defense programs for martial arts. So I'm going to grab that video.
Millennials and Gen X.
Oh, you can see on here, what's also great about our system, you see an ad running? Well, that's going to happen when you send people right to a YouTube video. Our system will eliminate that. So they won't have ads running if you put a video right on one of these mobile pages. Another reason to use MindMe mobile pages as opposed to sending people directly to YouTube. So as you can see, all I did was copy this. We're going to close that. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to hit paste. I'm going to set it. And boom, it's just that easy. We're going to come up, and there you go. Oh, we have an image to do. So let's show you how to add that. We're going to add our logo. So I have a couple images already in here. To add new images, you just hit upload, and you can drag them from your computer, or you can click there to browse. We accept multiple email formats, okay? And we're going to come in here, and we're going to add our logo. And if you want to, you can actually change the size of this, and you can actually make it clickable. So it can go to your website, it can initiate an email or phone number, or it could go to another MindMe mobile page, which is great, which is a great way to create almost a mini little website, right? So let's say you have 3 different specials you're promoting. Each one of those could be a button or an image. And literally from clicking that image, it could go to another MindMe page, and you can capture a lead, or you can just detail more information about that particular product or special. Just a great way, very simply, to communicate that to your audience. So now I have my MindMe page, right? The one other element on here, which is really fantastic, is our lead capture. So I'm going to show that real quick. So in the lead capture area, I can add other fields to this. We'll be adding custom fields this year to allow that to you to further customize this even more so. We do have all the key fields that are in here. And what you can always do is, if you want some more information for now, you can just add a message element, and you can add a little paragraph or title right up here above this, and just tell people what they're interested in. So in our martial arts school, I may say, please complete the form below and tell us why you're coming, why you're interested in the class, right? And they'll say they want it for anti-bullying or self-defense or self-confidence, whatever it is for, let's say, for their child, for example. That's a great way to capture a lead. Once this lead is received, you could say thank you, or tell them, some directions. You could send them to a website or send them to another mobile page. So what people do is they'll actually use this to capture a lead. And if they fill out the lead, then they'll present maybe a video with top 10 anti-bullying tips, right, in our martial arts example. That's a great way to give someone a payoff, right, to give them some information, but they have to fill out a lead form first. The other area we talked about in our integration area a minute ago is, how do I get these email addresses that we're going to capture here? How do I send that to my email provider? So I can come up here. You can see we have MailChimp already connected, which you just simply do by logging in. It's very, very easy. And I'm going to come in here and look at the list that we have. We have a couple already in here. You literally can hit create a new list if I want to. Every provider is different. Constant Contact, you just have to name it. MailChimp, you have to do the from name and the default email address, all that. So in our case, we're just going to choose one. We're going to say it's leads. You can even map the fields here if you want to. We do it automatically, so you don't even have to go here if you don't want. But if those fields existed in your list, we'll match it up for you, or you could change it easily enough. So we're going to go in here, and we're just going to set this. And once you set it, you can see this is now any email is going to go right into our lead list, right in our MailChimp account. If I want to add another email provider here or another account for MailChimp, I can do it also. And as we've learned, getting that notification is just so critically important. The sooner you get a lead, the sooner you're talking to that lead and scheduling an appointment in our case, and getting them in for a little demo session and signing them up for my martial arts school, right? So if you want to, you literally can type the SMS here, or you can type the email, and you'll be notified instantly. So our page is done. Looks great. Let's actually, let's go save this guy. And there's some required fields that it's looking for. And we're going to go in here. And as you can see, I chose for the image at the top, I actually made it clickable. So it's going to force us to actually choose a page. So in our case, let's just say none. So it's really bulletproof. Anything that you missed on this, you can see it's going to prompt you automatically to fill it out. So we're going to hit save. And we've now saved that demo page. Now, what's really great about this is we have a lot of different SEO options and settings. So if I click the SEO settings after I save it, by default, our pages are not promoted on search engines, but you can easily click that and actually have it saved. You can see here, this is actually the page that we create. We give you a tiny URL, so it's great for texting, and it automatically forwards to the page address. But you can add a header, Google Analytics, keywords, and what's really great, we automatically do geotagging here. And I can add additional addresses. So this comes, if you add a map element on the page, you literally will do this for you. But if you want, you can also add a whole list of additional addresses. So this could potentially show up in Google Maps anywhere in your local surrounding area. Works great, especially for brick and mortar stores. If I go in here, we'll actually leave without saving that. If I go in here to the share area, this is actually a QR code that you can use if you want to. There's some embed script. You can put this on another page or on your website if you want. And right here is our page. So if I want to preview this, I literally can use this tiny URL. I click it and boom. And here's our page. Looks great. And the best part about it is when people watch the video, it'll go full screen on their phone, for example. And when they're done, they're back on the page. They're going to fill out this lead form. They're going to submit it. And you're going to get a lead right away. Now, once you get leads in the system, and there's multiple ways to do that, mobile page just one, but once you do, you want to be able to manage those lists that you create. So essentially, every mobile page in our system creates a list. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to go to my contact and list area. Okay, and here's all the different things we've created. So we're going to show you here. So you can create keywords, which if you've seen in texting, this is where someone texts a word, any combination of letters or numbers, right to a short code. It could be a short code or a long code. A short code is a shortened phone number, essentially, but it's specifically designed for texting and for handling millions and millions of text messages. So it's really designed for bulk messaging, where sometimes a phone number, you'll see some systems use that, and we have that option too, but it's usually not designed for a lot of transactions. So in our school, we have 500 folks. We want to send that out, maybe every few days, maybe once a week, we want to send something out. And, we're using a short code to really make sure that it gets delivered and we can handle the volume of messages. As you can see here, we have 3 different keywords that we've created. So if I want to go into my martial arts and fitness keyword, right, and let's show you guys what that is. If I click on this, I can actually see some stats for this particular keyword. You can see 15 people have opted in. They've texted that. You can actually set up autoresponders here. So that's that drip campaign we talked about, where you can have a series of messages that go out over time to hopefully entice and engage that audience and get them to convert to some other, express interest in something else that you're doing at your business. And if you click this, you would actually see all those contexts too. So at this point, why don't we take a minute for everyone to actually take out your phone. This is the best way to demo this. Take out your phone, go to a new text message, right? And literally all you have to do is text the letters MAF to 26786. That's it. So a new text message, 26786 is the number, just like you were texting to a friend, and the letters are MAF. That's it. And you guys will actually see this response, this martial arts and fitness, and you'll actually go to a link here. And we change the link, without getting too technical, we change this link every single time one of your customers gets a text message. And the reason we do that is we can track every individual click. Text messages don't have open rates like emails, but we can measure the clicks when they go to a mobile page or go to your website or wherever you want to send that, if you want to put a link in there. So it's just a great way to capture all that information and use it to send communication to people that, let's say, clicked or did not click on a particular campaign. So once I have this, I'm going to go in here. That's my list. So you guys, you probably already started getting these text messages. If I had a notification on it, I would be notified too every single time we got a lead. So we're going to go back to our list area, and I'm just going to show you. You can actually hit here and you can add keywords. You can import lists into the system one at a time or in bulk from a file, or just typing them in multiple in a box. You can create a new web form. And of course, you can create a mobile page. We already did that. And you see here our demo page. So if you create a mobile page with a lead form on it, it's going to show up as a list here, and it's going to let you send a campaign to those folks. So let's go in and do it, or at least show it to you. So if I go into the campaign area, you can see we have some drafts that we have set up here, so you can save stuff for later. I can go in here and create a new campaign. It's going to open this up. There's 3 steps to a new campaign. There's the message, there's who you're sending it to, and when do you want to send it. And this is the best part. Just like in a keyword or a mobile page, I can actually put this as whatever brand I want, right? So I could, if I had a different brand and I had a yoga studio out of my martial arts school, right? I could literally have the name of my yoga studio, and that could be the from address. So again, using one MindMe account really increases, maximizes your investment. One MindMe account can handle so many different things. So if I go in here, martial arts and fitness, obviously the shorter, text messages have a limit in characters. So the shorter your from name, or if you abbreviate it, in our case, I might do martial arts and fitness. People have already opted in, they know who we are. So I'm going to go MAF. It gives me more characters. You can see I have 92 out of 160. If I go long, we let you go up to 320 characters, and it would literally just be 2 messages, basically, but it's all one that gets sent out. You can insert a link, right? Now I could put a URL in here, but by doing this, we actually shorten it. So if I were to take people, let's say, to my YouTube video, right? And I'll just say YouTube at the moment, and I click add, you're going to see we actually add a tiny URL right here, okay? And I can also add a link to an image, which might be great for a coupon, or a link to my mobile page that we just created. Just that easy. It's great for promoting a special on a mobile page and literally having the link here and sending it out in an instant. I can literally send a test to people if I want to. And when I have the message, it looks great. I'm going to hit save and continue. And now I choose who I want to send to. Simple as that. So here are my keywords. Here are my mobile pages. All of your lists show up right here. I just simply choose, let's say, my MAF list. I've got 17 people in here, right? I'm going to hit save and continue. And now I choose when. I could send now. I could send later. I could send on a recurring basis. You might, if you're a property management company and you've got rent due every month, you might want to send a reminder out every month. Or if you've got some type of recurring event going on, you could send out a reminder and just set it and forget it. And that's it. So basically, in a nutshell, you've learned how to send a campaign. You've now learned how to create a keyword and what lists are in our system. And you've learned to create an engaging mobile page and just really have that engaging content married right to your campaigns. And you can connect up to an email provider in an instant, and we're adding more all the time. So I'm going to go into our dashboard, and this is a great time to pause for some questions. So Joe, do we have any questions?
Yes, Jeff, we actually have a few. One here from James. He says, I really like being able to use one MindMe account for multiple businesses, but can I also use my personal name?
Yeah, you can if you want to. We give you a carte blanche. You can put anything in a from name. Any mobile page can have any logo or content on it, and a keyword, can have a from name too. So when people text in, for those of you that texted MAF, you would have gotten a response. The from name's right there. So yes, you can put anything you want on there.
Wow, that's great. It's really useful to be able to personalize. So it can even come from an individual salesperson, for example.
Absolutely. That's a great point. We have businesses that use this, and they have one account and they have it for 10 of their salespeople, and they all have their own mobile page. And it's a great way to demo or promote something, especially at trade shows or events where people are walking around or speaking, in front of a large group of people. It's a great way to capture a lead.
Awesome. Pat, do you want to take the next one?
Yes, thanks, Joe. One of the questions that I see here is, can we send the to more than one person at a time?
I missed that. Sorry, Pat.
Can we send the responses to more than one person at a time through the SMS notification?
Gotcha. Okay, that's a great question. Yes, you can. You can actually have multiple text or email. Obviously, we're a fan of a text response. Now, in some cases, if you're just building a mobile club for your your yogurt shop, for example, you probably don't need to be notified every time a lead comes in. But if you're a realtor, where it might be a $10,000 commissionable sale when you sell a house, you probably want to know the instant someone expresses interest on one of your properties. You, other members of your realty team, for example, could all get a text message or email right away.
All right, that's great. That's super. Thank you.
Sure.
I have another question here from Laura, and she wants to know if the mobile pages can be used independently of the texting SMS functionality.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So yes, they can. What's great about our system is we do have some people that just use the texting, and we have some people that just use the mobile pages, right? Every mobile page has its own link. You can embed that in a Facebook post or Twitter post. You can actually send that out in a text message if you want to. But because there's a URL, really you can paste it anywhere. You could have it on your existing web page or website and literally take it from a button, boom, and open that page directly. So you can use them completely separate from one another. And of course, they're built, we built them in such a way where they just integrate seamlessly.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Jeff, Luann's asking, because social media is so widely used today, how can we use our mobile pages with social media?
That's great. Well, there's a couple different ways that you can use the mobile pages. For example, if you're dealing with, I'll just mention video. If you're dealing with YouTube, YouTube has something called a YouTube iCard, and if you would to really create a call to action and a clickable element in a YouTube video, and you can actually, our mobile pages are compatible with that. So if they click a link in a video, you can push it right into our system. There are other video platforms that let you post links in there. You can literally post it right to our mobile page. And of course, in a Facebook post, like I mentioned, you literally have a link and it goes right to that mobile page in an instant. So if you're promoting a special, if you want to capture a specific lead on a specific area, a lot of times we all have websites, but those websites usually cover lots of products and services that we might offer. And if you send people directly to a website, right, in the internet, and the email marketers have learned this a long time ago. If you send people to a regular website, they get lost, right? But if you send them to a landing page, right, a responsive landing page, mobile landing page, you send them to a landing page, you've got them really targeted. So you get to control the environment and you can pitch whatever you want to pitch right there with a call to action. So you can do that in a Facebook post, Pat. You can do it in any type of communication that you're sending. Once you get them on that page, you can have that specific content geared exactly the way you want it. And they don't get lost, right? And you capture that lead.
Wow, that's great. That's awesome.
I have another question here. This is funny. This is Joe asking, not this Joe, but another Joe, asking if you can explain what credits are.
Okay, that's great. Yes, you can see up here there's credits. And
credits, yep.
Yep, and we have an account here. We've got 15,000 of them or so in our demo account. Most people will go through 1,000 to 2,500 or so in a month. Depends how often you're sending it out, how frequent you're sending out a message. We do 1 credit per message, but it's really per 160 characters. So we let you go up to, remember I mentioned up to 2 text messages in length, up to 320 characters. If you were over 160, we actually, it costs us 2 credits, 2 messages, and so 2 are deducted from your balance. You can always buy more in the middle of the month. We'll never automatically upgrade you. And you can, of course, upgrade to a higher plan or a lower plan, downgrade, upgrade at any time. All of our plans are month to month. So really you can upgrade, downgrade, do whatever you want, or just buy additional credits, which are essentially additional messages. And it's funny, Joe, one of the reasons why we built these mobile pages is because we realized, you are limited in most text platforms, with 160 characters sometimes, or even 320. And of course, it's not as visual as it could be. It's not as engaging. Getting that response or lead is challenging sometimes. So that's why we built these mobile pages. So in most situations, you'll be under that 160 character mark, because you can have a link to that mobile page, and that's where you can have more of your information. You really just want that text message to be compelling enough to get them to click the link to go to where you want them sent. So why don't we, without further ado, why don't we get back into kind of the plans that we have available and some special bonuses we have for all of you. There's certainly more opportunities to answer any questions. Any of you want to post in the chat box, we can certainly respond to those. Joe and Pat could respond to those one-on-one as we're going along here as I finish this. So now that you've seen how easy it is to use MindMe and all the powerful features, I'm going to share with you some amazing price options and bonuses you're going to get for being on our webinar today. We have plans to fit every need, from a starter program at $49 a month, which could be for a smaller business or a smaller marketing program that you're running right now, to a professional plan at $69 for larger businesses, additional brands that you might have, larger customer base, or just larger marketing campaigns that you're running. And then an advanced plan for $99, and that can cover some multiple locations, programs, brands, or clients, or just a large campaign that you're running. So what's great about these plans is, because you're with us today, our normal plans have 10% less credits and less contacts than you see here today. So our advanced plan, for example, has 2,500 contacts or 5,000 contacts and 2,500 credits. And by coming on and by how you came to us today on this webinar, you literally get a 10% bonus on any plan you pick. And whichever you choose today, you'll have the other ones locked in, so you can upgrade or downgrade as necessary. And of course, we have plans far in excess of this. We have some clients, obviously, doing a ton of texting, a ton of marketing, and doing major campaigns, or if you have a nationwide campaign you're running or a large regional campaign, you can pick a plan for any size. So let's look at return on investment. Let's just take our middle plan that we're presenting today for $69. It gives you 1,650 credits or messages. Let's assume you send all those messages out in a month, and we're going to choose a specific event. So we've got an event today for $75 we're selling, and let's just look at the numbers. So we know emails, you're going to get about 23%, give or take. SMS, you're going to get 95% on up. That would be 379 opens as opposed to 1,567 text messages that people would see. And just a basic 3% response rate, it's over four times the response that you're going to get, just by using SMS versus email. And at that $75 event price, look at the difference. The return on investment, $3,500 versus $800. It's a massive return on investment. And we know you're going to get a higher response rate than 3% on an SMS text. We have clients that get, nearly 45 to 50% response rates in many cases on their campaigns. Let's just look at 10%. Just a simple 10% response rate for text. You're going to get 157 folks that purchase that $75 event for $11,775. So it's clear that texting is just a massive return on investment over email, over social media, and some of these other tools, direct mail, other marketing campaigns you're running. We also have a great affiliate program. Some of the key benefits are you get up to 25% if you're a reseller and you've got folks that you're marketing MindMe to or want to offer to, 25% of up to 25% commission on whatever they're generating in revenue a month, their plan sizes. And you also have, you can also bring on sub-affiliates where you can get up to 40% of the folks that you bring on as well to be affiliates and resell MindMe. We give you professional marketing assets. There's a portal to manage all of your referrals and sign up more, and some training videos as well. And of course, you always have access to our team at any time to help you through that and give you tips. And of course, a webinar wouldn't be complete without some amazing bonuses. So just being on this webinar today, you're going to get some bonuses depending on the plan you choose. Bonus number one is a quick start session where we're going to set up your keyword, your mobile page, help you with the import your logo, set up your first mobile campaign, and really take you through in-depth one-on-one product training. That's $150 value. Bonus number two, we have design assets. So if you've got a brick and mortar account that you're working with, or you are a store of some sort, a restaurant or a retail store, we're going to help you with some professionally designed pieces. That could be a poster, a printable flyer, a table tent, really what you need, whatever you need there. And we're going to actually combine it with any images you might have, your logo, your brand, and as well as your keyword, of course. And that's a $250 value. And you can get one of those bonuses or both, depending on which plan you choose. So really, MindMe is about helping you dominate your competition, right? It's marketing, communication, it's SMS marketing, lead capture and nurturing through drip campaigns, intuitive web interface. People have told us it's just so easy to use. That's why they love it. It's going to let you import subscribers easily and add folks like your staff, for example, that you might want to communicate with. Businesses of all sizes, right? The plans we have today, plus higher plans if you need them, and you can upgrade to at any time as well. And it's incredibly cost effective, and we saw the return on investment's huge. So if you look down at the bottom here, you can see there's a sign up link. If you click that link or write that down, if you use that today, these bonuses are for today only, right? If you use those, you click and sign up, then you're going to actually see those plans available. You'll see the bonuses you get on that page, and you can sign up. And remember, all of our plans are month to month. So you can cancel, you can upgrade, downgrade, you can do whatever you want at any time. You're not locked into this, right? We want to earn your business because we have the best platform out there, not because we locked you in under some type of an agreement or contract. And we have an amazing sneak peek for you this summer, which I'll share with you now, which no one's seen yet. And this is MindMe Solo. We have an amazing app that we're launching for Android and iOS. It's going to let you do some incredible things. It's got an amazing contact manager that lets you tag contacts, set up interests, different lists that you might have, organize all your people, right? All linked to the web platform. It'll all be one system. It lets you do SMS, email, and voice broadcasts. So if you want to send an email out, you can even do an email with a text reminder that only goes to the people that didn't open the email, didn't play a video that you might have running or an audio recording, or didn't do a call to action, didn't literally respond to one of your feedback or lead route, whatever it is, a lead form. And only in that case, if they didn't respond, then the text goes out to remind them. So a great way to combine all these different channels to be the most effective and the most cost effective for you. You're also going to get lead capture by phone, text, and email, and you're going to get a private conversation, a private chat. Every MindMe Solo, every account that's using MindMe Solo will have their own phone number too. So our system typically goes over a short code, 26786, right? But if you're in another country, like Canada or Europe or parts of Asia, South America, Australia, we have international plans too, and those use a phone number. So much like those folks, we actually give you a phone number for every person who's using the app, and you now have a private number. You can have your own greeting. You can forward it to your cell phone or your business line. We're going to expand some amazing features there, such as voicemail boxes and other things in the future to let you have your own little phone system for your business, which is great. And it's a private number. So literally, you don't have to give it your cell phone number if you don't want to. And you literally can have not only people calling that number, but you'll be able to do text conversations too. And it's completely private and secure. And of course, our system wouldn't be complete if you couldn't create a mobile page on it. And so you can do that on the fly as well. And you're going to get this just for getting a plan today and signing up. You're going to get a MindMe Solo account included this summer when it comes out. And of course, like I mentioned, we'll have iPhone and Android versions as well. So again, MindMe is about helping you dominate your competition. Thank you so much for coming today. Really appreciate your time. That sign up link will work today only. So with those bonuses you're going to get today, we're going to be taking it down after that. So I encourage each and every one of you to sign up as quickly as possible. We look forward to working with each and every one of you. Joe, Pat, you guys have anything to share at the end?
Jeff, thank you very much for having me here. And thanks to the participants for your great questions. Enjoy the product.
Very good. I think it was very thorough and exciting to see, all these new elements, both now and in the future. And Jeff, one question I had in that, maybe I missed it, was as these new elements roll out, how's that going to affect the pricing for those of that are already members of MindMe?
That's a great question, Pat. too often we find in the internet marketing space that people are, when you go to a webinar and you're buying a tool or product, you get limited features, and then someone's just launching another product 3 months later and you have to upgrade again, right? And you don't get those new features unless you pay again and again and again. And that's just a repeated theme over and over. Well, our product is a software as a service. You are subscribing to it because there's ongoing benefits you get every month, right? But when we roll out new features, you get them instantly, right? So you're never paying anything extra as we roll out new features. Now, sometimes we might roll out a new module and it's totally new features, like scheduling, for example, which is something we're going to be working on. And depending on your plan, it may be included or not. But typically speaking, we're going to roll out new features and capabilities, and we're going to include as many as we can right into the plan that you're using today.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So thanks again, everyone. Click that sign up link. Let's get you signed up. Start using MindMe. The sooner you do, the sooner you're going to be more effective in your marketing and your business and for your clients. We can't wait to work with each and every one of you. Thank you so much.